Okay, well, we're back with more highlights. We kind of skipped over the grab the Eevee, but we grabbed Eevee.
Yep.
That was the
I do
very
apologize. I do apologize to everyone if my sniffling comes over. I am a little bit sick,
yeah.
but hopefully my mic does not pick that up.
At least not too much. Yeah. All right. So rival fight. This is the third rival fight, fourth rival fight, something like that. I do
I
like
think
that
it's the
they.
fourth.
Yeah, I do like that switch though. That the rival had that shakes things up a little bit. I like how you. Do we switch Crobat? I think we just let Crobat stay in, right? I already forgot. It's been only a day or two since we actually recorded this. Okay, yeah, Crobat finished this. Sure. Grab the good rod, and then we were actually looking for that actually, but because the only thing he could catch on this route was Chansey and Duskull, and Duskull didn't spawn until night. So I was like, yeah, let's get Chansey because you're guaranteed to get Chansey. That means if you do it before nightfall, and then we could go into the Pokemon Tower, which we did. I think after this, no, we did do this first. That's right. Because we were trying to kill time so we could go into the Pokemon Tower.
Yeah, because we had like 20 minutes until nighttime hit.
Yeah, so we went to the unknown cave and tried to collect some Evo stones along with the fuck is it? Oh yeah, defog. Duh. That's the like there's something important-ish kind of down here. Just Gabite doing Gabite things.
Yep, nothing to knock with a flat 40 damage.
Yeah. Dragon Rage isn't falling off yet. Not until it takes 3 hits do you start going like, yeah, it's probably time to get rid of Dragon Rage. Checking every stone. Got to make sure we get all those stones. It's only fair.
Yep.
Did we ever go back up? Now that I think, oh yeah, we caught our unknown here, so we have, we both believe it's D. Oh yeah, and then we came back here. Sure. And we fought so many Pokemon looking for this Duskull until we finally found one.
This isn't even including.
I didn't record it very well or cut it very well, but the route that with the taller grass above the Pokemon Center, or the daycare, or whatever it was, the Noctowl. And then I left in this fight because this is one of those fights that is generally a little bit of a run killer, especially now this one not as much as it was in Pokemon Platinum, or not Platinum. This is Platinum in Diamond and Pearl. They kind of nerfed this fight a little bit, but it's still generally considered a little bit of a run killer because they got some pretty good combinations of Pokemon that can do pretty good damage. We almost lost the choke there, as you can see. But overall, I think Koryth here did a pretty good job on it.
Yeah, it's probably worth noting that most of these fights in this session was kind of a let me do my thing and then feedback afterward, like what we could have done different and just workshop ideas there.
Yeah. Then we caught Rhyhorn on the route south of, I want to say this is Veilstone, but don't quote me on the name. I think this is Veilstone City. And then we went on a gambling spree, got a whole shitload of coins, and spent them all on really cool prizes. Mostly TMs, and then I think we grabbed the Silk Scarf and the Wide Lens for good measure here.
Yep, yeah, with this last 2,000.
Then we get to the actual gym fight that everyone's actually interested in. Big important fight as we wander around a little aimlessly there, trying to figure out this puzzle. Koryth never having really done this puzzle more than like once in the remake.
I also find it slightly irritating that every time that they move, or even if you run into them if they can't move, it pauses your ability to move. Also, somehow managed to skirt somebody for the first time this entire game.
Very proud of that one. Oh yeah, and this was another one where I went hands off. I'm like, I'm gonna let him do this whole gym fight by himself, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, an important lesson was learned here. A bit late, but the lesson was learned nonetheless.
Yeah. Those of you watching his team there in the bottom corner probably thought exactly what I was doing. It's like, why did he not lead Alakazam? Why is he not just using Alakazam to sweep this whole gym? Give him a minute.
We'll get there.
Yeah, this is where he learned that Staravia's normal flying type does not make it resistant to fighting. And the crit from Metal Claw kind of has him scared, so he's going to switch Crobat out here.
Yeah, I think this is why I really had to just sit and think, like, okay, what do I do? Because the majority of what I have left just gets one shot. And as for the rest, who knows?
Yeah. So, a little bit of a U-turn out into Gliscor, who soaks that just fine. And this is where I'm just going like, okay, well, it's not Alakazam, but you could Swords Dance 3 times and Night Slash will still kill all of her Pokemon, even though it's not very effective, just because it's 3 Swords Dance boosts on Gliscor. You'll be fine. But like I said, I wasn't helping him. I'm letting him do this all. He's trying to figure it all out. He goes for another Intimidate, which, sure, fine.
We discovered that Lucario was faster than Staravia.
Yep, that was actually kind of newish for me. Most of the time when I fight this gym, I have Infernape. Or not Infernape, it'd be Monferno, sorry, at the time. And Mach Punch just destroys Lucario. But since Mach Punch is priority, I've never known what Lucario's speed was. So yeah, this is where well, he didn't. We found out after the match, but I'll spoil it here. Is where we found out that yeah, in Pokemon Platinum, Game Freak, EV and IV or EV bred and IV trained, or strike that, reverse it. IV bred and well, sort of bred. They created them, but they maxed their IVs and they EV spec'd their Pokemon.
And then this was me going, oh, Reflect. I probably should have led with this, gotten the bonus resistance against physical attacks, and then just did work from there, but because I still hadn't even put together your point of the Alakazam just sweeping the gym. I was like, oh, that's a great defensive ability.
Yeah, and then
threw him in, one shot him, and went, oh, this probably would have been useful from the start.
Yeah, and the Lucario actually, you didn't see it there, but it actually outsped his Alakazam even, and I crunched the numbers on it, and it would basically just barely faster than the Alakazam with the max EV.
Was that by like 2 points of speed faster?
No, that was the minimum. The minimum it could have been faster was 2 points. The maximum would have been about 16 points faster. It depends on the nature of your nature versus its nature and a few other smaller conundrums. But the minimum it could have been was about 2 points faster. So Alakazam was theoretically just barely slower. Anyway, that was the second half, very fast. There wasn't a whole lot that happened, really, despite the fact that it took us quite a while to record, in all honesty. But
I mean, most of it was just running around trying to find that Duskull and then realizing it's not nighttime yet.
Right, and then the Chansey also took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's highlight 4, or... Yeah,
it's 4. Yeah, Koryth 4.
So, that's that. We'll be back next time.
Yep, we'll see you.